Your aura when you're on semen tension will actually intimidate a lot of people. And when I'm talking about your aura, I'm not just talking about the physical aura, I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about the way that you think, the way that you act, the way that you stand, the way that you smell, the confidence that you have in yourself. It will trigger other people. Because when you're on this journey, there becomes this deep feeling within you that you are the one. These are the sort of quote unquote masculine superpowers, right, that are developed. It's just the ability to be able to go out there and bet on yourself, to go out there and do the hard things. Go out there and have the knowing and the faith within yourself that you will be able to make it through any situation that life gives you. This confidence is not normal. Many people will tell you that you're in a particular situation and it should be affecting you in a certain way. You should be getting upset about it, but you genuinely are not going to be upset. You're just going to be looking for ways out of it. It could be that you lose a job, you break up with somebody, an unexpected bill comes your way, right? There could be no money in the bank, right? But you will have the resources within you to know that it is possible to be able to deal with these situations. That mindset is not easy for the majority of people to truly witness. They like hearing about it from the millionaires, the billionaires, maybe some of the sports stars, but when they see a normal man like myself, for example, and like you may be a superstar, but let's assume you're just a normal human being, right? That's living your life. When you have that confidence to go out there and take on the world, it's going to trigger these thoughts in other people that is going to expose to them that they can do it too. It's not impossible for them. But rather than them being able to face this, a lot of the time they are going to project things onto you. They're going to tell you to slow down. They're going to say that you are the one that's intimidating when you could be someone who would actually go out there and protect other people because you're just in that state. Now, this is actually normal and it's a good sign. It's a sign that you are doing the things that you should be doing and that you are building a better connection with your higher self, because your higher self is what animates this body. And so when you have faith and you've connected to your higher self and you can remain calm and peaceful no matter what the situation is, this is a clear sign that you are no longer thinking from your animalistic parts of yourself, so that every emotion or sensation that comes up needs to affect the way that you think. It needs to stress you out and these sort of things. Now, it does not mean that these things and these sensations will not be inside of the body. That is not the case. You will feel the same sensations, but what will change is the story that you're telling yourself about the situation. And the stories and where your mind and your will is going to direct your actions and then your emotions. I'll give you an example. There was a time when I had lost a job, right? And I wasn't feeling very confident at this moment in time. And so I started to spin out with the stories. What's going to happen? How am I going to pay my bills? My girlfriend's going to leave me, yada, 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 right? And this kind of continually put me in this lower state, right? I started to get angry. I started to feel anxiety. There was all of these feelings and sensations, right, that were coming up in my stomach. And then I remember learning that anxiety and excitement is actually the same sensation in the body. And so when I was on my retention journey for a little bit longer, at that moment in time, I was a couple years in, right? I'm not saying that I never ejaculated in those couple of years, by the way. Disclaimer, the journey is the journey, right? It's a lifestyle more than it is just a practice, right? We're not trying to do this forever. But anyway, back to the story. I learned that, anxiety and excitement, same emotion in the body, okay? And I'm doing my retention. I'm really focusing on my spiritual connection, understanding that I'll be looked after, right? That I am the resource, right? My money is not the resource. I am the resource, right? Makes sense? And then came to a place where I lost another job, right? I'm not great in employment a lot of the times, I'll be honest. So at that moment in time, it was a completely different response from me, right? The response was, okay, this is an opportunity for me to step out into the world and learn how to make some money myself. And so I started a little business. I started making a little bit of money here and there. It was more than just a little bit of money, if I'm honest. And then I was able to land a self-employed role that I actually really enjoyed, right? That was bringing in the money. Now, the difference, and the major difference, right, was that the first time it took me months to recover emotionally, right? Even when I was turning up to interviews, I wasn't being as confident as I could be. Whereas the second time, straight away, there was no real delay. It was like, okay, cool. Boom, day one, I'm no longer working here. All right, cool. Day two, what can I do? Right? Day three, I'm going out there trying to make some money. Do you know what I mean? I'm looking for opportunities here and there. I didn't allow that same feeling, right, of anxiety on one side. I actually fueled it to excitement. I was like, oh, okay, great. I don't really like working for other people. Anyway, this is a great opportunity for me to see if I can make a little bit of money. That's just to show you, right, the sort of things that happen when you're on the retention journey for a lot of time and you build this confidence and you're doing little things in the day to boost how you feel about yourself, right? You start to develop this confidence and this will trigger people. But I just want to let you know to live in that place, because every hard situation that you went through, Spirit has taken you through it. You are still here, because if you're watching this video, you're still alive. And so a good mentality that you, for example, can take on is that the worst thing that's going to happen is that I'm going to die, right? That's the worst thing that could ever happen in life, is that you die, right? And if you're dead, it doesn't matter anymore, because you are dead. And so if you have that faith that nothing's going to take you out, and if it does, it doesn't matter, then you're able to act with passion, power, and poise, regardless of the situations that are coming to you. And this mentality will intimidate people. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with utilizing your power and conquering things, right? Now, I'm not telling you to dominate people for no reason. That's never going to be okay. But if you are going towards your goal, right, and you are using your energy, you're using your power to manifest what you want in this life, this is going to include influencing other people, right? And making sure that they are operating in ways that will allow you to manifest your dream. The boundaries that we should have should always be that we look for win-win situations, and we do not hurt other people, right? Unless it's in self-defense. But that is like the last thing. That should never be the plan, for anybody to lose from the interactions from you. And again, this shows that you are the resource, right? So you're able to give to everybody with your energy so that nobody loses when they interact with you. But again, remember that this power comes with responsibility. And when people see the energy, the power, the poise that you have, look out for people being triggered, people being jealous, people trying to sabotage you. These are things that are definitely going to happen on your journey, but it's just showing you that you are on the right path. Last but not least, guys, always remember you're perfect by design. There's a link to my free WhatsApp community in the bio. I hope to see you there. Stay blessed.